Hi everyone, Beth Dotson here with HomeZada. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you so much for joining us today. I thought I would talk about a question that I get frequently from a lot of different people. And that question is, who is using HomeZada? I get this question all the time. And so let me tell you who's using it because you might be surprised. We were when we realized these were our customers. So let me tell you a little bit more about it. HomeZada customers are right down the middle, men and women. It doesn't matter who's using it, it's right down the middle. Secondly, they use both desktop and mobile devices, a little bit of tablets, but almost right down the middle, desktop and mobile. So the device strategy varies depending on what you're most comfortable with. The third thing to keep in mind is they are across every generation. Surprise for us. What's also surprising is that the generations are almost even. And it's everything from a Z, which is a newer generation because they're starting to buy homes, all the way up to the silent generation or the senior generation because they are wanting to also manage the details about their home, and everyone in between. Everybody's using it. They are using it for different reasons, which we'll get to, but they are using it. The fourth thing to consider is they are using it in every solitary state in the United States. Okay, so every state is present. Some a little bit more than others, but every state is using HomeZada. So everyone from Alaska to Florida to Maine to California to Washington State to Missouri, Chicago and Illinois to Virginia, Maryland, you name it, everybody's using it. The other thing to keep in mind is users in 20 countries outside the United States are using HomeZada, and we don't even market to them. They just find us. They said, this is the coolest tool I needed to manage my home. And so that's also happening. And they use the Americanized version of it until we can grow big enough to actually create versions internationally. But for now, they're using the Americanized version of it. So we've already hit on gender, we've already hit on location, we've hit on device usage, we've also hit on generation. But let us tell you a little bit more about these users. Now, what I'm talking to you about right now is the consumer users. We also have professional users. So before we get to professional users though, let me finish up with the consumers. So with the consumers, they're also using it to track on average 200 photos of their home inventory. Some people are as low as 50 photos, other people, 5,000. Remember, unlimited photos, unlimited documents, unlimited videos. Do what you need to do. The other thing that they're doing is they're tracking at least 50 maintenance tasks for their home annually. Very important because they realize they have things to do. Now, are they doing 50 at once? No. They are actually scheduling these tasks out throughout the year, and they're doing them a little bit at a time. The other thing that they're doing is tracking all different kinds of projects. But the two most common projects we see in HomeZada are bathrooms and kitchens because they are complex. They are what we refer to as money rooms. They add a significant value to the home, but they also are extremely expensive to redo as well. So these things are all happening with inside HomeZada, and the consumers are loving HomeZada. They're tracking their finances on a regular basis. They're engaging with the system, not every day, but quite frequently during the month because they want to stay on top of their maintenance tasks, their projects, as well as any new items they're buying in their inventory so they can take those photos and document those receipts. So that gives you a little bit about the consumer profile. We don't really track a lot of other details, but we want you to understand these are the types of people that want to save money. They recognize that their house is both an asset and an expense, and they also want to care for it so it stays on top. They stay on top of everything, but also they want to document what they own because they know it has value. And if ever there happens to be a claim or some other situation, they have it in their fingertips. So that gives you the framework of the consumers. Now, I told you not only are consumers using it, meaning homeowners themselves, but so are professionals. So let me tell you just briefly which professionals are using it. Real estate agents to give the gift of HomeZada to their customers, mortgage lending brokers to also give the gift to their customers, insurance companies to actually introduce HomeZada to their network because they realize that having a good documented inventory is good for claims, but also maintaining a home reduces claims. So that's also happening on the insurance side. We also have estate attorneys and estate planners helping identify that HomeZada helps those customers document the contents within their house. That also applies to the overall estate plan. And we oftentimes forget about the contents in our house and think it's just the house itself. The third thing that the third type of partner, or maybe fourth or fifth type of partner, sorry, that we see is financial planners. Along with estate attorneys and estate planners, financial planners also want to recognize that the home is part of the financial package. The investment strategy with other outside investments and the home also plays a role in understanding what your investment strategy will be in its totality. So that's very important. Financial planners also want to understand what you've got inside the home, because that also becomes assets, and there's depreciation associated with some of the items in your house, but there's also appraised upsell with some of the items in your house. If you've got jewelry or you've got artwork that is important to you that maybe appraised more, that also lends to its financial picture that you're working with in your financial planners. In addition to that, we're also seeing home builders, maintenance contractors, and remodeling contractors use HomeZada to manage all of these details of the home and work with the customer on that. They can either share the property with their customer, or they actually buy it and transfer it to their customer. So a variety of different ways these three groups are actually using it. And the list continues to go on. Property managers are also using HomeZada because you can manage unlimited properties inside HomeZada Professional, and that becomes very easy for them. And so when you see all of these different types of professionals and you see all of these different types of homeowners, you can understand that HomeZada must be super flexible for every type of homeowner. So that's why we've built it. And that's why it has flexibility for those people who are really lightweight users, all the way through people who are very, very, very detailed users, and everyone in between. So feel free, jump into HomeZada. You're going to be using it at different stages in your homeownership life cycle. Maybe you're a first-time homeowner who is really focused on getting your maintenance schedule all organized. Maybe you have these major projects you're doing right now. That's very important to you, and you need to track the cost of the items, the status, and also the timeline for everything. That's another thing. And maybe you actually live in risk-prone areas of this country or anywhere that require an inventory and to document what you own. Maybe you're in the estate planning phase or the financial planning phase of your home, and you want to document all of that as well. But there's a variety of reasons you can use HomeZada. I invite you to visit all of our videos here on this channel, but also visit our blog post at the ZenaZada so that you can see some other ways people are using HomeZada. And also check us out at HomeZada.com. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to add them to the comments below. And then also info@HomeZada.com is another place where we can be reached so we can answer all of your questions. And yes, we answer your questions. And yes, we look forward to talking to you and hearing what your needs are. So in addition to that, I thank you again for spending time with me on this video, but please subscribe below. I'll be posting more, and also feel free to check us out. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.